Hi Gemini, welcome to Magpie Moonchild and your general weekly Tarotscope for the week ahead. If you can hear a fan blowing, it's because it's so hot I'm melting like a wicked witch of the west when she has water poured on her. I also have guinea pigs. I'm in my kids' room because my kitchen's being done and all the stuff for the kitchen is in my tarot room, so I'm kind of displaced at the moment. So if you hear squeaking and an animal drinking from a water bottle, it's the guinea pigs, but we're here and we're doing the weekly Tarotscope regardless. So let's see what we have for the week ahead for Gemini this week. What do we have for Gemini? Gemini, we have the Queen of Cups, and I kind of feel like you've been doing some work on your emotions and you're kind of getting a handle on them. To the point where I think you've done some shedding of people that no longer serve you, and you've been doing some shedding of unlearning things in order to relearn a more healthy way of managing with codependency possibly, or just the way we kind of handle situations. Sometimes we can use crutches. We can use, say, we can have an extra glass of wine just to kind of numb it a little bit, or we can I mean, some people use weed for medicinal purposes to kind of numb out pain. But sometimes we can use that to numb out emotional pain as much as physical pain. I mean, the two are connected. But I think you've been shedding some of those practices. Maybe it's just comfort. It's comfort eating. You know, snacking on something or eating the same thing every time you feel sad. And instead of going, I feel sad, I need to feel better, or I'll have a chocolate bar, or I'll have a packet of crisps, or I'll have some cheese on toast. I mean, cheese on toast is amazing. But maybe you're shedding that practice, and instead of going, it hurts, I don't want to deal, I'm going to numb it out and pretend it's not happening, you're kind of leaning into those emotions and doing the shadow work and working through those emotions, processing, accepting, witnessing and processing those emotions so that you can move forward in a more healthy way. Because we have to process grief, we have to process trauma, we have to process negative emotions. Big things have happened to you in your life. I mean, that's kind of true for everybody, but I kind of feel like this comes off the back of somebody's taken chunks out of you and knocked your confidence, and this is you regaining your emotional balance again. You've been doing work. It's about realizing that you don't always have to be the one offering energy to other people, that sometimes it's okay to sit back and allow people to come to you, to offer their cup to you. You are a queen, right? And this is the feminine energy of water. It's the mastery, it's the receptive energy, it's the psychic energy. It's about, you know, you're not okay. And I think also recognizing that your empathic powers are perhaps up a little bit at the moment, because I think you can feel people, you've been through trauma and you're processing the other side of that. And I think people that are coming into your life right now that have been are currently on a very similar path to where you have been. So you may find that, say, you've been struggling with trauma from a emotionally abusive relationship. You may find that there's a lot of people around that you're seeing the gaslighting tactics going on, or you see the isolation tactics, the social wedge that a partner is putting on them. You see all that going on, and they go, I can't leave. And instead of going, yes you can, if I did it, you did it, you share your story. Possibly share your story if you feel that's appropriate, but there is a natural kind of, by sharing your story, you're almost helping someone that is mirroring you right now, mirroring where you were, so to speak. They're kind of in this negative place, whereas you've kind of worked through with wisdom and knowledge and shedding of past behaviours and past learning and past negative thought processes, and you've learnt new ones and you're on your way up. But this person's still down here and still needs everything flipping for them, and it's about helping somebody in a similar environment to what you've been through, and helping them to change their mindset. So instead of going, I can't do it, go showing them that they can do it. So say this is somebody you used to struggle with going out and about, or you would find social situations very overwhelming. I mean, we're all kind of going through that right now, right? We're all coming out of the COVID restrictions, and going out and being in amongst people is very overwhelming and very scary when you've been told to fear that situation for so long. And this is about going, instead of saying, yes, you can go and do it. Oh, okay, just telling me I can doesn't mean I'm going to, it's going to make me believe that I can. So instead of telling someone, oh, you should go out for a coffee and meet with your friend, you should go, I'm going to come round to yours at about 10 and we're going to go for a coffee. And it's about reminding them that if any point they feel uncomfortable or they feel completely overwhelmed and they have to go home, you are more than willing to just pay the bill and go home. But by taking them out step by step, saying, where would you feel comfortable parking? We'll park here, so we know if we want to go home, we're quite close to the shops. Or it's just simple little steps, like, okay, well, we'll go here, we'll sit by the door so you don't feel like you're trapped in the shop too far, or we're near a window so you can feel fresh air, so you don't feel claustrophobic being trapped in this coffee shop. If it's too busy, we'll find a quieter shop. And it's about then having the coffee. We'll get the coffee. What do you want? A cake with that? Okay, you don't feel like you can do more than drink a coffee today. You're worried that the cake is going to upset your stomach, your IBS, which is already going to be triggered because we're doing this stressful situation. I completely understand that. We go at your pace, but we are going to make at least some progress today. Even if it's we drive to the car park and come back. We will do this in step by step, breaking it down for them and doing it bit by bit until they recognise, you know what? I went out for a coffee today with my friend. I can do that. It's about showing someone that they can do something. So if it's a case of, say it's a path that you've been on before, it's about helping them recognise and show them that it can be done. Rather than just telling someone they can do something, it's about showing them that they can do that. And understanding that from an empathic, emotional standpoint. That their mental health and wellness and happiness, and because if we're in a depressed mood, we can't necessarily see any way of doing anything because we're in that numb phase. So it's about shedding what is causing that numbness and working our way out of it, and not just by just thinking positively, but by showing them in a positive way that they can make that progress, rather than just saying you'll be all right. Just absolutely give them the time and sit with them while they're in that and feeling those emotions. If that's all you have to do for someone to try and help them shed whatever negative situation they're in right now, absolutely just sit with them. But just say, you are not alone. I'm here. There's no stress, there's no judgment, there's no pressure. I'm just here to remind you that you're not alone. And I will sit with you in silence for 3 days straight if you need to. I will bring you food now and then for you to eat, but I'm here for you. And the only way I know how. But it's just reminding someone that they're not alone, because especially if you can empathically understand what they've been through. If you've been through similar, maybe not exactly the same situation, but similar. So don't go, I know exactly how you feel, because you're not in their lived experience. You do not know exactly how they feel. I went through similar. I've been through similar. This was my experience. And it's just sharing your experience to do that, to helping them. Instead, you see the bigger picture for them, because the bigger picture for them is just too overwhelming right now. That's too many things to do. So you are the one that sees the bigger picture, and you break it down into little steps so that they can do the little step. Even if it's, we're not going out today, but we'll have a shower. Tell you what, while you're having a shower, why don't you just imagine it washing all that negativity away from you. Imagine it cleansing your aura as it does so. Try affirming, I am clean, I feel so much better. I am cleansing my own energy by taking this shower. Even giving them empowerment in the basic thing of, I nourished myself today. I nourished my fleshy temple today with food. Making that an achievement, making the tiny steps. We're so busy worrying about milestones or the end goal that we forget the tiny steps along the way. Progress is made in tiny steps. Doesn't matter if it's a tiny step or a massive step, progress is still being made, and it's about helping them to see that this week. I hope that is of some use to you this week, Gemini. And if you are requiring this level of understanding and empathy and kindness and just emotional being there-ness of it, and showing yourself you can do something, then do that for yourself, or find someone that can help you. Find your person that can help you do that. Because this is the energy that somebody, whether that's you or someone around you, needs this week. You either need to be the best friend, or you need to be your own best friend, or find your best friend. But somebody this week needs a best friend that is just going to be there with them and take the steps with them, to show them they can take the steps by breaking it down to little bite-sized steps along the way. Thank you so much for being with me this week, Gemini. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye for now.